Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show, Fernando.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Today we are going to take a look at the Kicker three-way set, the KSS365s. We're going to unbox these things, show you the parts they come with, so that if you're thinking about getting a set of these, you'll know if they'll work in your car. So stay tuned. Kicker now sells a couple different three-way sets. This is with the 6.5. They also have one with a 6x9, but we kind of wanted this one so that we could eventually load this into some tower speakers and jam out and let you guys hear them. But for right now, we're just going to open it up, take a look, see all the parts, because there's a ton of stuff inside of here. Kicker really does a good job of making sure that you can easily put this into your car. And with that, let's take a look at the box itself and see what all this stuff is. And we'll start up here in the corner with this made to fit. This is telling you have two 2 3/4 inch or 70 millimeter mid-range and two 1 inch 25 millimeter tweeters are included in the set. Three-way component system, 160 watts peak, 80 watts RMS. Really, this tiny stuff says high performance three-way component upgraded system, drop-in fit for many GM, Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and select imports. Features dedicated woofer, 2 3/4 inch mid-range, 1 inch silk soft dome. And then it goes on to say the same thing in 3 other languages. Over here in this corner, 6.5 inch or 160 millimeter component speaker. Flipping onto the side, same information. Back side, same information. Kicker does a really good job of giving you tons of information. And on the back, which I wish they'd make downloadable because it'd be really cool just to have access to this so that I could laser cut it or 3D print it without having to draw it. Maybe one day we'll get that lucky. Gives you a ton of information, like from the back of the basket to the back of the magnet, which is 1 3/4 inches or 45 millimeter, which is extremely shallow. The magnet itself is 3 1/8. The thickness of the speaker, which is important because in some cases you have to be careful of that. You don't want it to hit the door. We have 3/8 of an inch or 9 millimeter. You have your holes. They are 4 3/8 or 111 millimeter apart. And then moving down into the 2 inch, it gives you the diameter of the basket, which is 2 5/8 to the exterior. And then the mounting depth of this particular guy is 1 1/4 or 32 millimeters. The magnet is 1 15/16. They couldn't just go for the full 2. I understand. And then it goes on to describe the 3 brackets that are included into the box. Over here in this top corner, we have more information, but it's basically the stuff we've already read, with the exception of frequency response is 35 to 21,000 hertz. And then last but not least, over here in the bottom corner, they have a QR code that you can scan to get your owner's manual. Let's open this thing up and see what is inside. Starting out on the top is this box of goodies right here. Look at all of this. That is a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just kind of pull this aside for right now and get to what's underneath it, which is this piece of cardboard right here with 2 little windows. It's made to do this, believe it or not. Set that aside. And now we can actually get to the speakers. Pull those guys out of here. There's 2 in the box. I like to be thorough. As you see, there's a lot of parts inside here. I just want to make sure there's nothing else in here, and we're good. There is nothing else. I'm going to put this guy back into here, put this window on there. Let's take a closer look at the mid-range. You're going to have a lot of bags when you're done with this. They're everywhere throughout this install. First things first is we can take the grill off. That's right, it still comes with a grill. So if you're going to be doing something that requires it, it's there, and it does easily pop out. So you can use it as a spacer on the front if you just need to do that. It's here for you. The grill has these little fingers right here to snap back into place, and I'm sure somewhere inside of the box are 2 little pieces of butyl that are designed to go in here and make this stick in a lot nicer. One of the things that makes Kicker a dream as far as installations go is the fact that, yeah, it is very shallow. However, in most cases, that shallowness is a hindrance of the speaker. It's like, oh, it's not going to have good performance. No, this guy here actually gets down, and as our good friend Kip used to say, boogies. It is very nice. It has a good impact to it for a speaker that is this shallow. It's very impressive. And the reason for that nice deep sound that this thing thing does create is there's the technology behind it, and it's called EVC, or extended voice coil, and that just allows us to move more than it should by just looking at it. You'd be like, no, this isn't gonna. No, it does. It moves a lot. So if you're looking closely at this, you see this has this former here in the center, and it is not a dust cap. It actually is a former. The reason why they have this in here is because on the other KS speakers, this is actually removable, and they make a convertible set so you can put the tweeter right here and make it from a component to a coaxial. That way, if you wanted to have matching front and rear stage, so let's say you're going to do a 6.5 tweeter up front, you're going to do a 6.5 coaxial in the rear, you could buy two sets of the 6.5 inch components and recreate and make sure you have the exact same timbre or timbre, whichever one you prefer, throughout the whole vehicle, which is rather nice. It has a nice rubber surround. This part of the speaker here is a nice plastic, adding to the rigidity of the mount itself. Stamped steel frame for something this small makes sense. If you look at it from the back side, you get a bunch of different hole options. As you can see here, this is where that tweeter would wire in to make this into a coaxial if you were buying that version of this. The model number on this guy here, which is 4 ohms, is the KSS365. Setting that aside and going back over to our box of wonders, where do we begin? We could begin with these two little random pieces of foam here, but we don't want to do that, but I'm sure we need this for something. Somewhere inside of here is another set of speakers, and that would be this box right here. This is the 2 3/4 inch mid-range. Now when you get the speaker, it's going to have this nice protective cover on it, which is fantastic because yeah, it is a small driver. You know, don't want to dent it. You don't want to accidentally poke any holes through it. This is designed to pop off. You heard that, let the air out. Oh yeah, hold on, put it up to your ear, you can kind of hear it. This has a treated cloth cone. You can see the dust cap here in the center. It's connected to the cone. It resembles the former here on the mid bass. So that's kind of cool. Gold KS logoing on all these speakers. The surround is also a treated cloth surround. The model number on this guy is KSC270. These are of course all 4 ohm speakers. On this particular one, they solder on a extra set of wire extending it away. My thinking is the reason why they do that is, for one, when you have these and there's terminals that are sticking out, sometimes it makes it difficult to get into the dash. And 2, if you're not proficient at soldering, this is a very short tinsel lead, and it's real easy to wick solder up into that and cause damage. We don't want to do that. We don't want you to do that. So make sure you keep these on here and just plug into the wires that are provided here for you. But the one thing you'll notice is there are no screw holes anywhere on the speaker. Strange, right? No, that's actually kind of normal now. And the reason for it is what we have here in all of these bags. Like I said, you're going to get a ton of bags from this install. And the first one is this guy right here. This one here is the Subaru Toyota mount, and this is designed to drop into here like so. It's rather snug fitting, which is what you're hoping for. Get that into there. And then this guy is designed to go here on top. And so there you have it. That is the mount to go in. The Toyota typically has 10mm bolts here on the top, so you just put this into the dash, add those 10mm bolts, screw this down into place, and now the speaker is locked into the bracket. The one thing you want to note is that there is an edge here on the inside of this. It's not made to sit like this, it's made to sit like this. Next up is the Chrysler GM bag of goodies. Now this one uses the same pull apart 2-piece system. Slide the woofer into here, and this guy is designed to snap into place over the top of it. And this goes in the same exact way. It's designed to top here to be flipped up so that it sandwiches together into the speaker just like this. It is really tight, which is what's holding it in place. As you can see though, once you get it in properly, it will not fall apart, and it will allow you to get it up into the top of that dash. You can twist this so you can get it lined up perfect, yeah, and then screw it down, and then if you need to, there we go, take it apart. And then the last one that comes in the box is this guy here, which is the Chrysler Jeep. This is what you're going to use in your Jeep Wrangler if you're going to be putting it in the top of the dash. And this guy goes in like so. This goes over the top. You'll see this one has this little lip right here, and that is so that this one can go sit on the top like this, and then that will bolt into place. Now these, as you can see, the holes are a little bit smaller, and this uses a 7mm screw that's in the dash of the Jeep, and this mounts this thing everything down as low as it can so that you can put the Jeep cover back on it. Now, if one of those brackets doesn't fit your vehicle, don't despair. You have all that math on the back of the box. You can use that to possibly 3D print or laser cut yourself a bracket for your own car. And this is a very tiny speaker, so be creative. There might be some nice places you can fit this you weren't suspecting. And how big is it? Just to give you a comparison in size, here's the tweeter. Let's open that up and take a look at it. As you can see, both of these next to one another, you can put these in a pretty small application. They're both reasonable size speakers for sure. When you look at the tweeter, it is a 1-inch silk soft dome tweeter, which means it's going to give you that nice loving sound of a silk soft dome. Just like the mid-range, the wires come off of the tweeter, so there's no little connectors here. They're all sitting here 6 inches away. Just clip onto these so that you don't add any heat into this. The one thing about this is the grill is glued into place on top of the tweeter. If you look at the side, you see there's these cool serrated lines here all the way around. And what that is used for is mounting the tweeter itself. And there are several options. We have a whole bunch of bags of parts. This is what's in that. Let's start with this guy right here, which is my personal favorite. This is the fisheye for mounting in your vehicle. This is if you don't have a 3-way set in the vehicle. Let's say you just have 2.5 or 3 inch in the dash and a 6.5, and you're like, I really want a 3-way set. I want something that can add this tweeter to it, but you don't have any fab ability whatsoever and you just want to keep it simple. That's this guy right here. This is designed to unscrew from here. You drill a hole wherever you want to put it. Be cautious. There has to be at least this room behind whatever it is you're drilling, because you have to be able to put this through and then you screw it on from the other side. This involves, you know, maybe some tape and a couple rulers, getting them just right. This is definitely a check 2 or 3 times, just get them perfect, and then drill your holes. And this is designed for the wire to go through here and come out this hole on the bottom and then off to the crossover as it goes. Push it in and turn. And there is a tool. It's this guy right here, and it has these little teeth on it, and that's designed to go into the holes on the tweeter and allow you to twist the tweeter into place. Because if you notice, these have a slight turn to them, so you can put it in and this will help you to lock it. It'll also help you to get the tweeter out if you need to. Inside of that bag is also another tweeter spacer. For some reason you accidentally had the wrong hole. That'll make that a little bigger, and then you can put an angle mount here on top of it, and then you could put this in, let's say this is the corner of a dash or something like that. And then you have this piece here, which is the lock for it. So this has those teeth. This is designed to go up from underneath and help lock it in place. There's a shorter version of the lock in place piece, so that depending on what kind of height you have, there's a whole bunch of options for the tweeters. If you don't have a factory provision for it to go into, well then one of these is probably going to work for you. So since we did a whole bunch of talking about brackets, I know we didn't talk about the brackets for this guy here, which is the 6.5. And that was because all the other brackets were sitting on top of it. Inside of the box are 2 things that are going to be helpful. One is this guy right here, which is a cutout. That way, if you're making something and you need a template, that comes with this cardboard template here that tells you where to drill your holes and how big to make it, and you can trace this. This is perforated here in the center to pull the center out. Then we have this guy here, which is the universal bracket, which has all of these little fracture points built into it, as well as like these guys here, which are GM, that allows you to fit this in a plethora of cars, basically the same cars that the mid-range. So this would sit like this, screw into place, and of course, yes, it does come with a bag of screws so you can facilitate that. And then found in the box were these guys, this little white thing here, what you want to put into this in order to lock the grill into place. We had these little 2 pieces of foam here, and they're like, why do we have those? Well, that is because next in the box we have more bags. The first one up is this one, and of course you got some butt connectors that come in the bag, which is very handy, with a big yellow label on them. This is for the 2 3/4 inch mid crossover. And then over here there is this white label. This is the part number for it. Must use crossover. That's what that says right there. As we talked about, this has the 2 little ends on it here. This has 2 little ends on it here. These ends are designed to be plugged together, and we know it's not this end because this end just has some regular solder tipped wire that can go off to whatever you need it to do. One thing that might not like sink in yet is that these are what we call the cool little candy bar crossovers, because they look like candy. What makes this set very nice, and they're not the only ones that do this is the crossover for this speaker. This speaker goes into the dash, it goes into the door, it goes wherever it needs to be, and you don't have this giant passive crossover box that you have to figure out where to go. You can easily put this up in the dash, and if there's factory speaker adapters that allow you to just plug in, you can attach this to those, put this all up into the dash, and you're done. You don't have to worry about having that box of pain and suffering in your way. The next bag also comes with some butt connectors. If you ever wonder where all your bread ties went, they went to Kicker. Is this guy right here. And just like the other one, 1-inch tweeter crossover. It says it right there. They put a plus to tell you which one is plus, which is the solid color and the stripe is the negative. Big deal, because you'd say, well, of course the solid is the positive and the stripe is the negative. Some manufacturers use the stripe because it's like a red stripe or something and you're supposed to know that the red stripe is positive. So no, thank you Kicker for putting this on there. On this end, it has that same sticker, must use crossover. I get it. If you're gonna be running these full active, obviously you don't need the crossover. If you aren't gonna be, they wanna make sure that they can say, hey, did you not read right there? This is designed, if you'll notice it has these two staggered, and that is because on the tweeter, it is also staggered. Sometimes this has to go through a small hole. And then on the other end, we have the two solder points. And then the last bag is bigger, so I don't have to dump it out, is this guy. This is one of those funny situations where you're like, huh? This doesn't have that big yellow sticker. And so you might have accidentally grabbed this and gone, oh, this is for the mid-range because you open this bag first. And well, no, it won't be. And the reason why you know it won't be is because here you have the standard large positive, and then here you have the standard small negative, which can only go on the speaker terminals here. It does say must use crossover, and it does have a positive lead and two solder tips. Now I know you said, wait a minute, you're gonna tell me what these are for. These are for the passive crossovers. In certain situations, you might have to put the passive crossover in a place where A, it might rattle, or B, you want it to stick to something. This is really sticky foam tape that can be used to mount the crossover into the door panel, into the A-pillar, whatever you need it to do. The other things you have in the box that might be prudent for your installation is it does come with two zip ties, mount the crossovers if you need to, and this. I like this. This is actually another really cool thing Kicker does with all of their stuff. It says stop. It doesn't actually say stop. This is just a universal sign for stop, I guess. If you have a problem with this product, prior to returning the product to the store, contact Kicker Tech Support. Call us, they have the number. You can also email them with questions. Thank you. And of course they have another QR code over here. Scan for getting the instructions. The reason why they do this is you just might have a simple question. They would like you to reach out to them before you just bring the product back to us or put it in a box and send it off. It just might be something simple. And then on the back, it gives you some basic instructions. Next up for these is these are gonna go into some cabinets and we're gonna jam out with them. But that's in a future video and not right now. So we hope that you've enjoyed this unboxing of the new Kicker KSS365 three-way component sets. Fernando.
On to the next one, guys.
You guys have a great night as always. We hope you enjoyed this and we'll see you later next time.
Bye.